GM fam, there's been a tragic uptick in bot-on-bot crime. We've got all the details. If you're watching the price action this weekend, first off, we recommend just don't bother. It's going to be a bleak next few decades until crypto recovers, so go outside and try and enjoy some nice weather. That being said, if you were watching, you might have noticed this sudden scam pump in Convex price, where it jumped from about 380 to, if you're looking on Binance, $15. And mind you, you shouldn't really be paying that much attention on a centralized exchange, because if you haven't yet figured out the importance of keeping your coins off centralized exchanges, we have no words for you. That being said, there's still some people trading on Binance where this pump, people are curious what's going on here. There's been a lot of rumors floating around, but one of the things that certainly happened is that anyone who is leveraged short on Convex got wiped out in a second. So it's possible this was being done just to liquidate these traders. And we should expect, mind you, that more of these are going to be happening. Coin prices are comically low, and as for a coin like Convex, where there's almost no liquidity on exchanges, anyone can go in and massively manipulate the price with relatively small amounts of money. So we might expect more and more of these. Not necessarily good news for you, but just do expect this period of volatility might be hitting some of the long tail of coins. So when this happened, on-chain, there was a free-for-all. Arb traders were trying to notice this sudden change in price on exchanges and move quickly to capitalize on it. So the Arb opportunities, for example, on crv.v2, pretty tasty. And it turned into some unprecedented, in fact, very comic events. So take a look at this particular example that Alinar pointed out. If you look at this second block, second transaction, this block, it looks pretty normal. If you don't know much about MEV, essentially there is an MEV bot trying to get in this trade between wrapped Ethereum and Convex. It's a pretty big trade, 200 Ethereum for 50,000 Convex. What was really interesting about this trade was that this MEV bot got sandwiched by a different MEV bot. That is, if you look at the first trade and the third trade in the block, it was a separate MEV bot trying to take advantage of this. So in the first case, this MEV bot traded a whopping 1,668 wrapped Ethereum for 480,000 Convex. And then afterwards, when this second MEV bot got in the middle of this trade, the MEV bot was able to get 1,696 Ethereum back, which is a quick 23.5 Ethereum profit. Not bad for just a few seconds of work. So in other words, you can think of this as MEV bots are rolling their own slippage that they're creating. And what's really notable about this is before this, it was not actually clear that MEV bots were snooping on each other. But apparently, this kind of era of MEV bot privacy is done, and MEV bots are going to start battling head on. If you, in fact, look at the entirety of this block, it was almost like an MEV war zone. So with all these different examples of bot and bot crime, because this was just one, there was a bunch more. The good news is that if we see bots starting to trade more actively against each other on chain, this is going to accrue to the benefit of, for example, VECRV holders. So it's too late for you to stake VECRV and take advantage of the blockbuster week we had last week. But in general, if you've been getting any exposure to VECRV, you kind of look forward to these periods of high volatility or bots battling each other because you can make some very good fees. Crv use this as an opportunity to teach people about the kind of difficulties of triggering liquidations using Oracle prices that rely on centralized exchanges. So the problem is centralized exchanges is really easy to manipulate the price. And one way that you can get around this is to use an exponential moving average. If you do this, it tends to smooth out some of these spikes, and it becomes a little bit safer and more resistant because you need that much more liquidity to cause the exponential moving average to catch up. So by way of example, Crv provided this chart showing what happened during this Convex fight. And you can see in gray, the price moves very quickly and then also rebounds fairly quickly. But if you use, for example, crv.v2, which has a kind of native EMA function built into its price oracle, the effect was much smoother. So it's almost as if Crv has put a lot of thought into optimizing on-chain liquidation mechanics. You can decide for yourself, is this bullish for CurvUSD, which is a lending-based stablecoin, or is this bearish? Of course, nothing here is financial advice. Time is going to tell. And in these dangerous times of escalating bot crime, we urge all of you to stay safe, friends. Take care.